First of all, welcome everyone. I'm Elena Mossali from Consortium Intellimec, that is a consortium here in Italy, and I'm part, of course, of the Greene 4.0 project. Today we have this final transnational seminar of the project, so most of you participated in some of the activities of Greene, so it's a pleasure for us to show you all the results that we have achieved in these years, and also share with you some still opening, let's say, opportunities for the next future. And together with me today we will have other two speakers, Sara for the B2GreenHub platform, and Exensia Elisa as testimonial for the added value for the enterprises. So I will do an initial, let's say, overview of the project and the results that we have achieved, and then also the other speaker will take the floor to share with you additional details. So we can directly start with the project. As you may know, Greene 4.0 is an Interreg Central Europe. I don't know if you have a familiarity with this type of projects. Generally, Interreg projects are mainly related to cooperation and support for the companies. And in that case, it's a Central Europe. So on the picture, on the map in the left, you can see the different countries that has been involved in the project. The project lasted 3 years. Now we are concluding the activities this month in February. There are 9 partners coming from 7 different countries. And the main objective, let's say, of the project was the creation of this new pilot value chain, thanks to the support of the companies introducing new open innovation approaches. And of course, the focus is the twin transition. So also the creation of this new value chain aims to support the digitalization and green pathway of mainly manufacturing companies in different sectors. Here we can see the objectives more concrete, let's say. Here you can see the list of the main 5 objectives of the project. And the idea is to show you for each of them some insights of what we have reached and developed. So the first one was the improvement of the regional ecosystem innovation capacities to support the transition towards digitalization and circular economy, mainly in manufacturing, as we have mentioned before. So what does it mean in a practical way? Support the ecosystem innovation capacities is not easy when we are talking about companies, because of course companies have a proper let's say business, and it's not easy to introduce maybe some digitalization or green innovation. So the idea was to support them, trying to find the best actors that can support their journey, and this was the mapping of the regional knowledge and innovation assets. So we try to find the infrastructure, the testing facilities that could support this type of activities. And also we try to develop a list of different tools, such as private equity investment readiness tool or the open innovation tools that could help the company in their journey. And we also start from the basis, for example, creating also some training programs. So the companies understand what is the twin transition and then look for some tools to integrate them in their daily life. All these tools, let's say, could be seen in the B2GreenHub platform. And Sarah will talk a little bit more about this tool and how to use it in the platform. Another important achievement when we talk about innovation related to Greene was the innovation contest. So in this case, we create this contest that was an international call. In which we collected a series of challenges coming from small and medium enterprises and asked for green and digital tech provider that could, let's say, solve this type of issues. We had a good participation from the different countries. And as you can see here, the majority of the applicants were startups and also SME, so that represent one of the most innovative actors, let's say, in our ecosystem. And it was good divided, let's say, equally divided for digital and green technologies. That means that the enterprises needs and are working in both directions right now. Why I've mentioned this, you see later on, thanks to Elisa and Exensia, also a testimonial of the participation of this innovation contest. Another objective that we have mentioned is the creation of a new regional and transnational value chain, as well as the link of manufacturing companies together with solution provider. Right now, one of the main problems for the companies is that it's difficult to find the proper actor that can support you, for example, for digitalization and so on, to find the solution provider that could support to face the challenge that you have every day. So during Greene, we also try to support this to create this new value chain. Why this approach? First of all, because the twin transition is something that is systemic. It means that one single company alone cannot solve it. And this type of projects, Greene, but in general Interreg, allow the cooperation and to work in this direction. And through the project, we can pilot a value chain. That means reduce the risks. So we can support the testing phase of the collaboration to see if the idea could be fit, let's say, the company needs in the real world, and we can, without huge investment through the project, we can support these piloting actions. Transnational cooperation. Because we are talking about not only new regional value chain, but also transnational value chain. Why this? Because we see we are different partners from different countries, and we see that we have a complementary ecosystem. It means that some capabilities, competencies, capacities in the different countries could be matched together in order to create an innovation cultures, but also find what you are searching also outside your region. And of course, why this at European level, also to be more resilient and independent with respect to to countries outside Europe, also due to the, let's say, world that is continuously changing right now. And how we do that, connecting the large and small manufacturing companies that we called in the project Solution Seeker together with IT and green tech provider. We start, for example, with the innovation contest, defining what are the challenges that are present right now in several different aspects. So here you can see automation and robotics, waste reduction and sustainable technology. So there were a list of different aspects of green and digital transition, and we create concrete challenges. So for example, for automation, the integration of advanced robots to improve productivity, or the training of robot that could be easily integrated in a company that has no specific competencies in robotics. So a list of very precise challenges that then support the identification, allow the identification of tech provider that could solve these challenges. How? Through the B2GreenHub platform. And also in this case, Sarah will explain better these aspects. We also had this co-creation transnational workshop. So we also promote the reciprocal knowledge among the different countries through presentations of some companies and tech providers in the different regions, also to stimulate the cooperation among the countries and the regions. Here you can see some example of our workshop. Another objective was to increase the knowledge and user acceptance, because one of the main barriers is also the awareness for the company of what could be done. And we start with the user acceptance model. So we create this framework in which the company has been evaluated together with the expert, with us, with facilitators, has been evaluated in different aspects of their processes, for example, logistics, production, marketing, and so on, in order to understand what were their level, digital and green level. These allow also to create, of course, to support the company to be more aware of their starting point and the weak points in which they should maybe invest a little bit more. But on the other side, it was also very useful from a project perspective, because it allows also us to understand what type of tools could be better for this type of transition. And so we worked for the toolbox that we have mentioned before, starting also from this type of inputs. So here you can see the scale, let's say the rating scale that we have used, as well as some analysis, in this case related to Italy, and then compared to the other countries on the level of maturity for our companies that has been involved in this user acceptance model. Finally, the fifth project objective that we reached during the Greene project was the transfer of the program to the risk-free authorities. Also in this case, as you know, Interreg are policy also oriented, let's say, projects in which there is a continuous communication to policy maker and authorities in order to provide also in this case input to them for new measures. In this case, we work in two directions. So at regional level, we create these regional action plans. That means, okay, everything is good. We have this type of challenges, but now how we can create a strategy and put concrete actions in this strategy to support them, so that it does not remain, let's say, just a matter of good intentions, but it could be it could have a concrete benefit for and value for the companies. And we do that, of course, involvement stakeholders from the quadruple helix, so all type of the different stakeholders to collect the different point of view. And we share this framework. So, okay, it was a regional action plan, but of course we are in a project with different countries, and so we align each other with common strategic objectives, priority areas of intervention, the same way to identify the results and so on, in order to create then a shared framework. And we connect all these concrete actions with the B2GreenHub platform. This is the measure results of our project, and it does not end with our project. So the idea is also to understand at regional level and then at transnational level how to maintain the B2GreenHub platform live and a value for all of you. And here, of course, all the regional action plans has been then integrated in the transnational strategies, in which for this specific project, we identify 4 strategic objectives: knowledge and competence uplift, fostering transnational ecosystem connectivity, achieving platform synergies and reach, strengthening education industry and research linkages. Okay, this was just an overview of the main results. As you have seen, we have worked in different directions, so at policy level, at industrial level, in order to create also cooperation among the different stakeholders of our ecosystems. But now we can see practically, let's say, how all these activities has been integrated in the B2GreenHub platform. So I leave the floor to Sara that will show you the platform.
Okay, thank you, Elena. I hope you can hear me and that you can see my slides.
Yes,
Yes,
perfectly.
yes. Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, so yes, I am Sara Widmar Rauber from Pomoria Technology Park. We are coordinating the Greene 4.0 project, have been coordinating it. And I will just briefly discuss the B2GreenHub ecosystem in itself, and then, of course, show you the platform that Elena has already mentioned several times today. So, what is B2GreenHub? It's an ecosystem, European innovation hub for digital and green transformation, focusing on sustainability, digitalization, and human centricity. And it basically connects, intertwines several European institutions or organizations in this big ecosystem. So us as partners from Greene, as well as other projects, and along with this, also several solution providers, providers of infrastructure and equipment, and concrete experts on green, digital, and business. So we decided to really make this one-stop shop for green and digital transition with various tools, training, other content, contacts for manufacturing SMEs of Europe. As already mentioned, Greene 4.0 built the ecosystem as well as the platform that I will show you. But it wasn't the only project. As you can see on the slides, other projects also contributed and developed the platform, such as C-Hub, RISE, Dynamic DNA, and Reuse Linear Austria, while the remaining projects that you see, and also other joining ones, are contributing with new content and beneficial materials. Just to briefly explain the focus. So as already mentioned, we are addressing the manufacturing industry As you can see, the sectors we are mostly focusing on are machinery and equipment, metal, food and beverage, plastics and rubber, building materials and furniture, electronics, and pharmaceuticals and chemicals. This is for the seekers, while on the other hand, we try to support the green and digital transition, and by this we try to cover these topics as wide as possible. So within Greene, for example, we cover carbon capture and storage technologies, green and sustainable materials, waste reduction and recycling technologies, and so on. And in digital, we are focusing, among others, on artificial intelligence, of course, automation, robotics, cybersecurity, and digital trust, and so on. So what we do in B2GreenHub and what we also did in Greene, as Elena already mentioned, on one hand, we have the providers of green and digital solutions, where we had to first map what kind of services they offer, some trainings, concrete solutions, and infrastructure. And then on the other hand, we have the seekers themselves, where we also first identify their current status, their challenges, barriers, and needs. And based on what we find out, we can then suggest concrete actions and, of course, concrete services that come from our providers in the ecosystem. So as you can see, we have the two main target groups of seekers and providers, but the third one, which is also very important, is us partners that do act as facilitators and try to support this entire process of connecting the two stakeholders and, of course, help with the implementations as far as we can. And as an extension, we developed the B2GreenHub platform. You can, of course, as you can see on the slide, use the QR code and check it out yourself. You can also just write into your browser B2GreenHub. But I will also show you the platform now. And those that have not yet joined, let's say registered, you are, of course, kindly invited to do so. Since to use all of the tools that Greene developed, as well as other projects, you just have to be a registered user, otherwise it's free. And we are already on the platform. Open. Yes. So this is the landing page of the platform itself. As you can see already, here we have some emphasized offers like services, trainings, solutions, and infrastructure. But other than that, everything here is just what I have explained to you now. So what we offer and a quick client journey also for solution seekers here, so that they really know how to join and what they can get out of this. And if I continue here, the About Us section is also just explaining who we are and why we do what we do. And the showcasing of us facilitators. We also like to explain to our service providers what we are looking for. This is an informative page for them, as well as the focus areas that we covered that I mentioned, and the benefits for them of joining the ecosystem, as well as a quick client journey explaining how to join. But perhaps less informative and more concrete section of the platform is the marketplace and the following pages that I will show you. So in the marketplace is everything that we collected within the Greene project, as well as other projects I mentioned. So first you see the highlighted offers and all offers here, but we have specific categories that I've already talked about. So the services, training, solutions, and infrastructure that we mapped. So everything that is available within the ecosystem, within the wider regions, let's say, of Europe, and the possibility, of course, to browse through these services by thematic area, specific technology or method when we talk about the digital side of things, type of service provided, also country, the market areas which are relevant for, of course, seekers, manufacturing industry, the address business process that these services address, and of course the projects that have contributed the offers here. And basically every type of offer has these same functionalities. And I can perhaps show you one infrastructure offer. Each solution, service, whichever of these categories is described in more detail with various important information needed for the user to really decide on if that's relevant service for them or not. And also the availability of the send inquiry option, where registered users can actually contact us if they're interested in a specific service, where we then connect them to the provider. But if I continue now to the main menu of the platform, we have first resources with 4 main pillars. Learn, improve, connect, and get funded. The logic is that first a user comes to the learn section. They may not know much about the digital or green transition, or not really know what they could do within their own company. So this is the section really meant for raising awareness and learning with various different training materials, as well as a policy center, let's say, with documentation gathered here from all the projects mentioned. But I would like to show you the Green Path Academy really quickly. This is I want to show you the first page. This is one of the results of the Greene project. It's a collection of modules, training materials, where companies can really get more acquainted with topics of smart manufacturing, open business generation and operation, green industry innovation, and sustainable production technologies, as well as funding gaps. So just a kick start to their journey. And of course, we have other materials as well, but I would like to focus on the next section now, improve. This is where we made available all of the tools developed within the participating projects, as well as Greene. Currently, we only have this assessment and planning really full with tools, but perhaps I haven't mentioned, Greene is finishing this week, but some other projects are still in duration, and we'll finish this summer. So we are planning to really build this section even further, so you can expect more tools here. But I can just briefly show you the tools available under assessment and planning for companies. And the 2 tools that were developed under Greene, so the toolbox, which is meant for companies to create their own sustainability program with 8 modules and related templates that companies can fill out, and at the end they get their own sustainability program. And then the next tool is the business model generator, where companies can create their own business model based on first the industry they come from. And once they get to the tool, they have the canvas where they just input all their data to really make this canvas full. There's also the possibility of using the AI assistant with ChatGPT with pre-prepared prompts that can help companies better fill out this tool. And also at the end, they get the option to, of course, save the canvas as a PDF or print it out. To continue, we have the Connect section, where All of the providers that were mapped that are involved in the ecosystem are available first on an interactive map. Each pin leads to a specific provider's profile, but users can also browse the providers via the green or digital categories that I mentioned earlier. They can also browse through B2GreenHub facilitators or by type of provider. So if you're interested in specifically digital experts, you can go on and take a look at that, as well as green, business experts, technology solutions, and infrastructure or equipment providers. We also have some events highlighted here and other partner networks like EDIH, EDIHs, EN, and EIT. To continue, we also have the Get Funded section, which shows users what are the opportunities, funding opportunities in the public, let's say, domain or private. Just to show you, perhaps the public funding is very informational, of an informational nature, with useful links. But we also have another category for the Funding Help Center with two concrete tools again. One developed also by Greene. This is the Private Equity Investment Readiness Tool, which enables companies to create their own financial and business plan, as well as at the end, the whole, an entire investment package. I can just show you briefly. It's the logic is companies go through steps, download, again, templates, fill them out, and at the end, they get their own investment package. But to move on to the solutions section, during the project, we also mapped best practices, use cases. So good, successful stories that have already been of green and digital practices that have already been implemented in companies throughout Europe, which users can explore in this section. And each of these use cases are tied to a specific business process, as you already saw, but this is just one example from Greene, with the main with the problem statement and main outcomes that have been achieved. Following this is the client section. This is where we showcase what we did during the pilots in the project. Also, these are the examples from Greene. So they are success stories of how us partners supported this process of connecting the two stakeholders, like I mentioned earlier in my presentation. And this is just another example of what was the challenge, solution, and result, and learning tips and recommendations for this specific example. And then we have the last tool developed by Greene on this platform. This is the B2GreenHub Expert Forum, which is an interactive space where all of the registered users can interact with each other, post questions, open up discussions, so that they don't just stay passive users, but really active contributing members of the ecosystem. And finally, we have the news and events section, which is pretty self-explanatory, I think. And of course, the project showcased the 5 core projects that really developed and built the platform. Of course, Greene is also here. So if I continue. Yep. For the future vision, we are currently exploring options for further development and long-term sustainability of B2GreenHub. So we're discussing potential business models, governance structures, just to ensure that the platform and the ecosystem itself grows further, even after all the projects that built it end. So our goal and long-term vision is for B2GreenHub to become a permanent European reference ecosystem, a trusted gateway to solutions and expertise, also a delivery platform for advisory services, and a replicable model for regions and sectors. So we do have some work still to do and some big goals, let's say, but we are remaining, let's say, ambitious. So once again, all are again invited to join the platform, to register and to explore on their own. But in case of any questions, we're here today. But you can also contact us on the emails that you see. And that would be all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for the presentation. She could talk, I think, hours about the platform because there are really lots of tools integrated. And can I say it loud? What a platform. So we have really an amount of different tools from the training to the business model. We embed AI. It allows visibility for you if you are searching or if you want to be searched. So really, it's I don't want to hide the effort because it was a huge and difficult path to arrive here. But I think that there is a lot of value, and I hope that also external people can see this value. Of course, if you have questions, do not hesitate to interrupt us. Okay, so now we move to the next section, that is the added value for enterprises. I just use 2 minutes to explain a little bit the background. The idea is to not talk just ourselves to say how good we are, but also to involve some actors that has been part of Greene, and in particular we will have Exensia. Why Exensia? As I mentioned before, we had some innovation contest in which we offer some services to tech providers that could solve the challenges that we have identified with the companies. And the services that we offer were inside these innovation programs. So according to the TRL, we had 3 programs: proof of concept, minimal viable product, and investment and market readiness program, in which we support the tech provider in increase their TRL. So there was a pathway, a journey started in June and August, and that ended last year, in which we discussed with them what were their, let's say, services, the services that we are interested for, and then we have the delivery to support the increase of the TRL. And Exensia was one of the winners of this innovation contest, and exploit the one of these program, the one related to the higher TRL, because they started from TRL 6, so quite high. And we provided this service, let's say this program, both to Exensia and also the other applicant in Italy, Mastranet. And here you can see some of the challenges that they were facing and for which they ask for services. Exensia is a good, and then Elisa will explain a little bit better about the services. And Exensia was also our, let's say, champion for the piloting of a regional value chain. What does it mean? That we connected Exensia with elettrocablaggi, thanks to the registration to the platform. Elettrocablaggi at the beginning of the project was also involved for the user acceptance model that we have seen before. So together with them, we identify some weak points. Then through the innovation contest, Exensia has been selected, and we can proceed with the matchmaking of these two, thanks to the B2GreenHub platform. And then we start to work together to deploy a solution that could increase, in this case, the digitalization of elettrocablaggi. This was just the background, so I leave directly the floor to Elisa to show a little bit better all these aspects in detail.
Thank you, Elena. Good morning to everyone. One moment, I will share my screen. Can you see my slide?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Okay, so hello, everyone. I'm Elisa, the CTO and co-founder of Exentia. Exentia is a startup that was born with the aim of making robotics flexible and intuitive. Today, manufacturing faces three major challenges: high variability, small batch sizes, and frequent setup changes. However, standard solutions are rigid. They work well only with the single product base in structured environments, and they need highly skilled operators. The market instead demands the opposite: flexible solution, multi-item batch, working in as-is environment, and of course, the market wants to allow non-expert operators to work with machine. Today is important to address these challenges because hardware has finally become accessible. Robotic arms, mobile bases, 3D cameras, and grippers cost about 40% less than they did 10 years ago. As a result, the potential for adoption is massive. But one key element is still missing: truly flexible and intuitive software. And that's exactly what we deliver. At Exentia, we have developed an AI drive software platform called the UPA, Universal Process Automation. This platform, it is hardware agnostic and designed for complex robotic systems. UPA enables the rapid programming of mobile robots and manipulators, even in unstructured environments. And this makes multi-batch production possible in real-world settings, even with non-expert operators. Here we have an example where a human operator is programming a mobile manipulator with a soft end and a 3D camera in a sorting task based on the type of object. After 14 seconds, the system is able to working in autonomous mode, while the human operator can switch to program another program intuitive program, another system, another different system, different manipulators, different tools, and different camera. Within the Greene project, Intellimate a very concrete and strategic role for us. On the founding side, they supported us in identifying regional and European opportunities aligned with our technological roadmap, helping us position our innovation within structured programs. On the partnership side, Intellimate activated its industrial ecosystem and facilitated the collaboration between Exentia and Elettrocabagi. This was not just a network activity, it resulted in a concrete joint development case where our software met a real industrial application need. Intellimate also supported us in structuring the collaboration properly, aligning technical objectives, application context, and future funding perspective. For us, for Exentia, as a startup, this creates a real value: stronger industrial validation, clearer development direction, and greater visibility. Through this collaboration, we had the opportunity to move from lab development to a real industrial environment. Elettrocabagi provided the application context and operational requirements, allowing us to validate our solution in their real product condition. The specific use case focus on automating loading and unloading operations in a vertical warehouse system. The objective was not only to increase efficiency, but to support the daily activities of the warehouse operator. Our AI-driven automation solution was fully integrated into the existing workflow and used directly by electrocablages operator in real working condition. This ensured the system was not only technological advanced, but also usable, reliable, and aligned with real operations. Here we have a video of the loading process of the vertical warehouse. On the left side, we can see the screenshot of our web app, where we can start the task of the system. We have the mobile base with a box where there are the objects to load the warehouse. We now the mobile base reach the vertical warehouse where there is the camera and manipulator. We integrated also the vertical warehouse with our software, so the vertical warehouse is preparing the right tray for the objects inside the box. And using the camera, our system is able to recognize the type of the object and sort it in a right way. We have also Simone, the electrocablages operator, that has our tablet on his hands, and with which he programmed this entire task intuitively, without writing any code, nothing. Then, after the system, after the manipulator finished to sort the object, and our system did not detect any other object, the mobile base is ready vertical warehouse area. And here we have the unloading phase, where through a QR code we can simulate the software, the managed software, to require the specific quantities of objects to create a kit. Then the mobile base navigates through the plant and reach another station. And this is the same thing. We have the right tray of the vertical warehouse in which our system can find the object. All of this was made possible through a structured open innovation and technology transfer journey. The concept started in a research environment, progressively from early TRL levels through laboratory testing and industrial validation. Through collaboration with Pisa University, IIT, the Joint Lab, and industrial partner, we gradually increase technological maturity. And after progressing through the different TRL stages, this is made possible by a multidisciplinary team bringing together scientific research, industrial expertise, and a strong business perspective. Technology alone is not enough. You need the right team and ecosystem to bring into the market. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you very much, Elisa, for your presentation. I think that you described perfectly the journey together, and also the most important, the added value for you that you received. So it's not just words, of course, this type of project, but can have really concrete outcomes if, of course, companies can and want to join us in this journey. I don't know if there are questions about it. Okay, so just to do a brief wrap up, of what we discussed today. This was also the example that the best practice that Sarah shown in the platform. So we close, let's say, the loop also with this presentation. And so just to wrap up a little bit, to conclude what we have shown today, what next? So Greene is ended, and so is ending actually in these days. So nothing will happen in the future. No. We have still some value and still opportunities for all of you to join. First, as we have shown, you can register in the platform and take advantage of the matchmaking function. So you can obtain visibility through your specific page, and you can search and find for new collaboration. You are not alone, so there are the facilitators and the expert forum. Please take also advantage of these tools to search innovative infrastructure or expert or technologies or to understand how you can start to connect with the other people. Then, of course, we have seen a lot of tools that are available, the Open Innovation Knowledge Box, we have seen the toolbox, the business model generator. Feel free to, once registered in the platform, to use them, to experiment. These are tools that has been built together with the companies, with our stakeholders, so they are meant to be used by all of you to strengthen your journey and path towards the twin transition. Then, as Sarah mentioned, there will be other tools also developed by other projects, so you can remain updated and check what will be added in the platform in the future months. And if you are in a project, you can also join the platform. You can, for example, show your project inside the platform. You can leverage on the tools and the value of the platform, for example, to enlarge the ecosystem that you are involving in your projects. So really, there are lots of different opportunities still in the next future, and all of us, all the partners, will remain, of course, available to support you, to join in the platform, and to make the best use of it also in the future. Okay, I think that's all for today. I hope that we have transmitted you what we have done, the effort, but also the value of all the activities and of all the tools that are available, still available for all of you.